Hello everybody, this is Camino teacher coming to you today from Spain. Yes, I'm finally on the Camino. So I'm not hiking the Camino, I live here. So let me tell you what it takes to get to this place from Tennessee. So yeah, you would never believe this, but it took 25 hours. I'm going to drink my coffee while I talk to you. Café con leche, it's the best thing about Spain. So yeah, what you do is first you have to go to the Knoxville airport. Okay, so then our plane was a little delayed, but it was no big deal because I had a 5-hour layover in Atlanta. So I wasn't one bit worried about that. So we went to Atlanta eventually, and then it was time to board the plane to Madrid, and everything was on time supposedly. And then we're sitting there on the tarmac for I don't even know how long, but it was already 9:30 when it was supposed to leave, but we finally left I think at 10:30. So then we arrived in okay, so we arrived in Spain at about 12:30, which was about the expected time anyway. I don't know, we made up for the lost time, I guess. So then, okay, from the airport, okay, oh, let me tell you about the airport. Oh my gosh, immigration in Europe, it's a trip now. So if you watch the news, I watched this one video from this lady who went into Lisbon, and oh, it was so horrible and whatever. Well, okay, so we got in there, and I was in Comfort Plus, and I don't know, they had upgraded me for some obscure reason. And it's a bit well loud in here. But anyway, in a Spanish bar, people are always loud. Okay, so when you arrive, okay, you have to follow the signs that says, baggage claim and exit. So you go over there and you're faced with machines. So then it says registration. So non-Europeans had to register. So I slide my passport in there, and I tried it 5 times, and this lady next to me even tried to help me. And then eventually she said, well, the same thing is happening to my mother, so we're just gonna go on. They said it's okay. Okay, so we continue. And so then we come to a little line, and there were hardly any people in front of me. Okay, it wasn't bad at all. Like they make it out to, oh, you stand there in line with 1,000 people. It wasn't like that at all. There were like a few people in front of me. So then we're faced with yet another machine. And so you slide your passport again in there, and then it said, okay, go to the automatic exit. So that's a good thing, because that means you don't have to talk to anybody at all. And so I went through the automatic exit, that's yet another facial recognition type thing. And you did not get your passport stamped, so I found that kind of concerning, but I guess the electronics work, you would think, so they know I'm now in the country, because I don't want to overstay my welcome here. In my case, I can only stay 90 days at a time, which that's 3 months. I've never stayed here this long. So I only stay I don't know, maybe 35 days at the most. And so then what you do is, okay, you have to take a train to Palencia, right? And now one could go the easy route and just take a taxi or something, but the local people wouldn't do stuff like that, so I didn't do it either. So what you do is you follow signs that say Terminal 4, because you arrive at Terminal 1. So you have to go to Terminal 4. So how you do that is, okay, you go upstairs from where the immigration is. I'm sorry. And then what you have to do is go up one flight, go outside, and you see these green shuttle buses. And so I boarded the shuttle bus, and it took you straight to Terminal 4. And then from Terminal 4, where you arrive, you have to go down on the elevator to level 0, and then go down one more flight. So the elevator doesn't take you down all the way. So you arrive at minus one, I guess. And so from there you turn right and you see the metro station. So if you wanted to take the metro, that's the way to the metro. And then if you go past the metro, you see the ferrocarril, that's the Renfe train station. And this is not the real train station, it's just the Cercanía train, which is sort of a shuttle train that leads you into downtown Madrid. And it's completely free, it's included in your ticket. And the thing about buying tickets, I try to tell this to my seat partner who was clueless on the airplane. You go on this app called Trainline and you pre-order your tickets because you don't want to stand in line to get a ticket. It's paid. Okay, it's not good. So anyway, so I board the Cercanía, and so soon enough, you're over there at the Chamartin train station, and that's the real train station. So yes, the whole process didn't take that long, but it sounds so complicated. And if you don't know it, you would never find it, because it's like no other tourists go there. It's just local people, and well, people from other countries might. I don't know, but I haven't seen any Americans on the Cercanía ever. If you rode the Cercanía, do let me know in the comments. So yeah, it's like 3 stops to the Chamartin airport, the train station. And so then, okay, I had to, of course, figure out which one was my train to Palencia. No, if you look at the screen, it doesn't say, oh, Palencia. No, you have to look at the end of the line. And the way you figure out which one is your train is by the time. So my train was supposed to leave at 2:59. So if you look at 2:59, it said Gijon, and so that was my train. Now the thing was, they had changed the train number, because apparently they use a different train than I had ordered on Trainline. And so I asked this lady there, one of the people that worked there, and she said, oh, that's fine. Okay, so then went on the train. So high-speed trains are always fun because they get you there so fast. So last time I came here, I drove, and driving from Madrid to Palencia, okay, it's not that bad, but every time I do it, I kind of regret it. And so I'd rather go on the train. You just let them do the driving. And so I got to Palencia at 4:25 in the afternoon. So then they gave me a car, a rental car, and so I have a Ford Puma. And yeah, I don't think it's particularly good or bad car. It's okay. The only thing that annoys me with it is that it constantly has some kind of weird beeping sound going on. Like, it constantly seems to think I'm running off the road because it thinks I'm too far by the white line on the right side of the road. I don't know what's up with that. So you're supposed to drive in the middle? But anyway, and then it also, it constantly says, oh, driver attention, and then has a cup of coffee come up, drink your coffee, take a break. Oh, by the way, this car had no gas in it. So first thing I had to do is get gas and throw me stuff. So in Spain, when you get gas, it comes in gallons. It doesn't come in gallons, it comes in liters. Yeah. So whatever the price is, you gotta do times 4. So I calculated it, and it's about $6 a gallon, something like that. I'm gonna have to make some exact calculations because the euro keeps changing, so I don't know. But anyway, I spent 40 euros, and I think that's gonna be enough before I take the car back. And since it came with no gas, hardly, maybe a quarter in it, I don't have to fill it up to bring it back because there's so much gas in it now. I don't think I'm gonna even use all of it. So yeah, so I drove the car home, and I don't know, their GPS led me astray. It was actually my Google Maps that led me astray, because I kind of knew the route, but it took me there in a weird roundabout way. But eventually, by 6 p.m., I actually made it to my house, and I was tired. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. So then the next door neighbor was outside, and had a big greeting, and you kiss over there in Spain. It's cheek kiss left and right. It's left and right. And so my neighbor's nieces were there, and one of them wants to be a teacher, and she has to take an English test, and she wants me to practice English with her. And she told me, no, not this Sunday, but the Sunday after next. So she says, yeah, we'll go out somewhere and we'll practice my English. So I hope she passes. And she's a very nice girl. And so yesterday was my first full day in Spain. So what I did was I went all the way to Carrión de los Condes. It's like 18 kilometers away. So the pilgrims on the Camino francés, they walk from Fromista to Carrión de los Condes usually. So it's pretty far stretch, but it's hot outside. It's like almost 90 degrees in the afternoon. So, but in Spain, the good thing is that, well, at least around here, I don't know about in Madrid or south, it's probably worse. But around here, this is sort of in northern Spain. So here we start out very nice and cool in the morning, and then it gets progressively warmer, like about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It gets actually hot, and I'm already wearing my hat, mainly because my hair isn't done. But I've got my sun shield on. And so about 1 o'clock in the afternoon it gets pretty toasty, and it stays hot till I would say 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it cools down really nice. Like I heard on Spain Speak, he said that people were complaining about that at night. They can hardly sleep because it feels very tropical, and that's the kind of thing you would feel in Tennessee. You could not sleep if you didn't have air conditioner. But in my house, I don't have air conditioner. It's a Pueblo house, and the walls are super thick. It's like you won't believe how thick they are, but they're thick walls, and it's very insulated. And in the summer, like when it's 90 degrees outside, it's still cool inside. It's almost cold. So and so it's kind of funny because in the living room, in the morning it's warmer, in the afternoon it's the cool spot. And in the afternoon, the kitchen, which is on the other side of the house, so the kitchen gets warm in the afternoon, whereas in the morning the kitchen is nice and cool because you can open the door to the back porch. And that's another thing I did yesterday. I washed clothes, so that was pretty cool because the clothes, would you believe you hang them up outside? So people don't have dryers here. You hang them up outside, and so by the time I came back from Carrión, they were already dry. So another thing I did in Carrión was to get me a hotspot and a new SIM card in it, and so they tried that out for me. And the thing about the thick walls, it's good and bad because it's hard to get a signal sometimes. So, but this morning it worked fine. And upstairs it always works real good, and downstairs not so much. So on another note, I've been listening to this audio book called The Perfect Marriage, and it's very catchy. So I can't wait how it all turns out at the end. But I'm about, I want to say 60% done. So this video is already getting too long. If you are in Spain, let me know if you're on the Camino or if you're dreaming of the Camino. But I'm just sitting here at the Bar Albor in Revenga de Campos. I'm going to finish my coffee, and then I'm going to go to Carrión de los Condes, and I'm going to go to the grocery store and pick up a few odds and ends. All right, everybody, have an awesome day, and do like and subscribe to the channel.